Welcome to Catching Feels, a new podcast series by Savage Magazine where we discuss relationships and dating. I'm Leila.
I'm Zara.
In today's episode, we're talking about how to get over someone you never dated. Girls, heartbreak can be cruel and lonely, and breakups can seem like the longest pain of your life. But how do you get over someone you never technically had a relationship with? I've had a few friends with benefits while I've been at uni because boys just can't commit. I actually found it was really hard to get over them, especially when they treat you like you're literally their girlfriend. If you're seeing someone up to 4 nights a week, you're bound to catch feelings. What do you think?
I definitely agree with you, Leila. Nowadays, it's just so hard to actually have an official relationship with a label. I feel like it was easier, like when our parents were growing up and there wasn't social media and like Tinder around. But nowadays, everyone is in these situationships where you basically act like boyfriend and girlfriend, but when you aren't with each other, you are free to do whatever you please. And then it seems really silly when you start crying that it's over because people will say, well, that's not your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Why are you so upset? You knew the situation you were putting yourself in, when really it basically was like a full relationship just without the label. That's why I think if you are in one of these situationships, it's important to protect yourself and keep on reminding yourself, even when you're seeing him and even when things are going good, that you can go out there day and see other people. Like the most important thing in a situationship like that is to not get attached to someone who isn't actually officially your partner, and to not base your life around them, like only see them once or twice a week, like have hobbies and spend time with your friends.
Yeah, I think situationships can be really tough to get over because there is no label. Personally, I've had times when I've thought, well, I must not be good enough to commit to. Obviously, I'm not the sort of girl that this guy would want to take home to his mum. And I think it's so damaging to think like this, but we just can't help it. I agree that it's so important to remember that this person is not committing for a reason and it's never your fault. You do have the right to go and see other people, but it's difficult to do that as you feel like you've built an emotional connection sometimes. We build our hopes up and we expect so much love from this person and we give it all we've got, but we never seem to get the same back. To be honest, I think it's time us girls realise we're worth more than just a short term thing and we don't need to settle for second best. Play him like he's played you and go out and enjoy hot girl summer. That's what I think. That's what I say.
Honestly, getting over someone is always hard, whether you've officially dated them or not. So I'm currently going through a breakup right now, and I hate how it's like taken over my whole life. Like I've had problems with university and my part-time job because I haven't been able to focus properly, and even simple things like making sure I have enough to eat or like getting out of bed is really hard. So I would say like the most important thing to get over someone is to literally let yourself feel the pain. Like, I don't think you should discredit it and think, oh, I wasn't with that person, so I shouldn't care so much. You should just let yourself feel how you feel, let yourself feel like shit. Take a week to cry, watch Netflix, chain smoke to death, drink to death, whatever. Take longer than a week if you need to. And then when you feel ready, slowly rebuild yourself. Do your makeup and your hair every day, just to make yourself feel good about yourself. It's all about like the little pick me up things. I think going to the gym or exercising is key because this helps with so much. Like it benefits your mental health and your physical health and your appearance, as well as your eating and sleeping habits. Obviously, going out with your friends and being social helps a lot too. For me, that is the most difficult part, as I don't have many friends in Sheffield where I live right now. Compared to my friends at home, so I've had to deal with a lot of things kind of just sat by myself in my room, which has made me feel even more lonely and isolated. But I think that's when technology comes in useful, and some of my friends are only a call away. And I've literally been calling my parents every day for guidance. And I do think if you are in a comfortable position with your friends, with an older friend or your parents or your relative, you should speak to them. They have had like more experience because they're older and they do know how to deal with things better.
Yeah, I think it's key to have a good support system. My parents have been godsends when I'm going through a bad breakup. I mean, it can be so difficult to balance everything, especially when you're going through such a tough time. But the bad feelings don't last and you won't feel like it forever. Like, I was in a toxic relationship last year. My ex was really controlling, which I didn't realise at first, but it got worse. Like, my parents actually loved him, but because he put on like a front in front of them, my friends hated him and they saw straight through him though, and that's what made it like really difficult, like deciding how or like where I'd break up with him, but I knew I had to do it. Like he started to control like who I spent my time with, stop me going out and force me to travel to his house like every week, which caused me to break up friendships and started getting like bad grades at uni. But as soon as I broke up with him in person and I got home that day, I shed a couple of tears, but it was probably like the biggest feeling of relief I've ever had. And I started catching up with friends. I lived my single life and I felt free. Weeks after, I didn't even regret a thing and I never even thought of him. So I think some breakups can be tough, but sometimes they're for the better and it's probably best not to prolong them.
Yeah, definitely, because that's what I made the mistake of with my current breakup now. I kind of prolonged it, which I think was more painful, and I kind of did it to avoid getting hurt. But when I look over my first relationship, where I kind of just ended it really like swiftly and then just got through the pain and just did what I had to do, when I actually got over him, I felt so empowered and strong. Like I've never experienced a feeling like that before. I literally felt like a true bad bitch. Like I was literally coasting down the street, knowing no one or nothing could affect me or ruin my day. Because to get through those months of depression and keep on persevering and being strong and finally see the beauty of life, it would make anyone happy. So it may seem hard now if you're trying to get over someone, but keep pushing and remember there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So you deserve someone who will shout to the mountains that they're proud to date you and announce it all over social media. You don't deserve someone who's just going to smuggle you in and out of your bedroom like you're some filthy little secret.
Yeah, 100%. I think we sometimes don't realise our worth and we just stop stooping to the level of these immature, horny boys who think they can get away with seeing us for months on end with literally no commitment. With the last guy I was seeing, he actually said he liked me. He took me on dates and then ghosted me for months with literally no explanation. And he actually blocked me on social media. It's like, how can we trust any of these guys when they make statements like that without meaning a single word? I think it's time we stopped believing anything a guy tells us until we know the real them. Don't take anything a guy says literally because chances are they're just telling you what they think you want to hear. I think everyone should wait for the right guy to come around because most boys ain't shit.
Yeah, I do think like going forward, I'm just gonna stop basing my life around boys, which like let's be real, like so many girls do. Like when you get together with your friends, what do you talk about other than like boys or how this boy's fucked you over or how you're excited to go on this date? And like I get it, like it's nice to kind of have that excitement and like it's nice to talk about those things, especially with your other friends who are going through those situations. But in most friendship groups I've been in, like I admit, it's all we ever seem to discuss. But it's no secret that most of these sneaky link ups and mind games that we speak so excitedly of always end up just causing so much pain and stress. And I feel like a lot of us sort of know that from the get go, but deep down we kind of just carry on with it for fun. And I think when you speak about them a lot, does create this stigma that being single and not speaking to any boys or girls is a bad thing. And I think like the best thing to do is kind of just focus on yourself, your friends, your career and health, and the right person will somehow fit into those plans.
Thank you for listening to Catching Feels today. You can catch up with more of our cutthroat content on the Savage magazine website. See you soon.
Bye.